I hope to achieve a level of knowledge and expertise, not only in the legal stuff, but in teaching that allows me to reach a large number of people. Again, my goal is just to provide tools and information to people so that they can make the choice to do what they want. In the format that I choose to do it online and through teaching because one, it frees up my time. I don't have to be in any one particular location. I can work on edits and fixes anywhere in the world, and I love to travel, so I don't like being stuck in one place. But I guess that's what I hope to achieve in business. I hope to achieve a platform that is useful and practical for people, that reaches people on a large scale, but that is really just good information, good work. Well, for starters, I have a law degree, have a Juris Doctorate degree, and I guess I also have an MBA. Not I guess, I do have an MBA. I always kind of forget about that one though. I have over 10 years experience practicing law. I have collective probably 4.5 or 5 years experience of teaching at the college level, so 2.5 full-time teaching, and then I taught for a number of years adjunct before that. I've run my own business, the law practice. I've counseled and advised countless other businesses on what they should do legally for business law and employment law. So I think my education, definitely coupled with my experience, makes me uniquely qualified to coach business clients through their process of startup into business creation. I don't really believe in bucket lists per se. Like, I get that that's a thing, but I just have a to-do list. So not a list that I'm putting off until, my demise is imminent, if you will. But, just a to-do list. So one of them is to own a house on the beach. And in my house, I'm going to have a bathtub that is big enough for my 6'1" frame to fully submerge in. If you're tall like me, you know what it's like to not be able to get your knees and your shoulders in the bathtub at the same time. I also want a library. I want a library in my house with bookshelves from floor to ceiling. I love to read, and I want like a beautiful little reading room. So I guess maybe those are on my to-do list. Not immediately, but they're there in the future. I want to go to Curacao for New Year's. I've got a friend in Curacao that I can't wait to go visit. What else do I want to do? I don't have any thrill-seeking aspirations like go skydiving or climb Mount Everest or anything like that. But, I love to travel, so I want to travel as much as possible. I want to share my world and my experiences with my friends and my family and just, live a life that I can be proud of. I think that's on my to-do list. I would say facilitator, bleeding heart, I guess a nice way of saying that maybe is empathetic, and goal getter. Yeah. Man, it's really, really hard to be an entrepreneur and probably a parent, but I'm not a parent yet, so I don't have any personal firsthand experience with that. But I feel like being an entrepreneur is kind of like having kids where you're not entirely sure what you're doing. You just hope you don't kill the thing, So I feel like entrepreneurship is like that because just as soon as you get comfortable in one role, it seems like the game changes. I have had to reinvent myself personally, reinvent my business time and time again over the years. It just, you go through so many different iterations of yourself and of your business. And I think the misnomer is that we'll get to a certain level and we will have made it, but the bar is always changing. So the challenge is to be content in the process and not, so much focused on the outcome. Yes, these are goals that I want, but it really is the process and being able to achieve those goals that I've set out for myself that I really find successful. And that also is hard, right? Because as soon as you think you're done, there's always one more thing to do. Or there's new technology. Like, how many times has Facebook changed? How many times has Instagram changed? How many different email service providers are there? Success to me is First of all, I think every individual should decide what they want, or how they want to define their own success. A while ago, it was rising to the top in a law firm, but now really success is just living a life that I can be happy with. So that means that at the end of the day, when I come home, I want to be able to say, that was good. The work I did was good. I'm proud of myself. I'm comfortable with myself. So yeah, that's what success is for me. A little more tangibly though, I'm going to own a house on the beach one day. I haven't decided which beach it will be, whether it's part of the US or abroad. I want to be able to wake up in the mornings, drink my coffee, read my book, write in my journal, and then do work that really inspires me in a way that I love to do it. So I think for me, that would be success, just kind of writing my own life and being present where I am and content with where I am when I'm there. Toronto, Ghana, Bali, Prague, and Cabo Verde. So one skill I can use right now is getting better at tweaking my website and building my business funnels and things like that. Other than that, I love to learn languages. So agora eu falo pouquinho de português e eu hablo espanhol, but I need to work on French and I want to get down American Sign Language. I think my world would just really open up if I can get those 2 additional languages under my belt. You know, I do what I do just because it's in my heart to do. I really feel like I am supposed to be one of the conduits that provides information for people who might not ordinarily have access to information at a rate that's affordable, so people can do something with it. I was always taught as a kid that education was the way to go, and not just formal education, but teaching yourself a skill or being able to learn a skill, pick it up, because you can never not know what you've already learned, right? You never lose that knowledge. So I'm just here because I feel like that's what I have been called to do. I've been called to teach in all the different formats that I have been teaching over the years. And, you know, it's my passion. That's what I love. One piece of advice is from Maya Angelou: when people show you who they are, believe them. There's so many times when we just want to believe that somebody is different than how they are showing us that they are. And it is really up to us to believe what we see. My grandma used to say, and I never used to understand this until I got older, she would say, just keep living, just keep living. And there's so many processes and growth spurts that we go through as we mature into adulthood that, you know, I'm definitely not the same person I was 10 years ago, not even 5 years ago, and probably not even 2 years ago. So just keep living and you start to see things come back around and things start to make sense. And the last one is, this moment right now is not the end, right? Whatever moment we're in, whether it is a super high moment or especially these super low moments, they're just points in the story. They're definitely not the end of the story. So if you think about that, I guess that goes in line with just keep living, but it's not the end. Continue to write your story.